Hello guys, welcome to today's tutorial. In this tutorial today, we are going to be discussing how to install WordPress theme and customize it. Then I'm going to discuss a little bit of WordPress plugin today because we are going to install a demo content after installing our WordPress theme, and our demo content will definitely be needing plugins to function. Alright, so I'm going to discuss plugins. Thereafter, we are going to move to theme installation and customization. If you are coming across this video is a class in a playlist. I've dropped the link to the playlist in the description box below. So if you want to learn web development using WordPress from beginner level to the advanced level, you can check the playlist. Alright, if you want to see other videos that I've created in this channel, you can click on the channel title. It will take you to the home page of the channel. There you can see videos, you can see playlist, and you can watch other tutorials on this channel. Alright, without much ado, let's get started with this tutorial. So what exactly is WordPress plugin? So in the context of WordPress, what do we mean by a plugin? A plugin is a piece of software that has more feature and functionality to your WordPress. In the previous class, we installed our WordPress. When we were installing our WordPress locally, we downloaded core WordPress file. So, and also when we did our installation online, we arrived at this. So we installed core WordPress. Now this is what we have after our installation. We have not done any customization, we have not installed any plugin, we have not done anything. This is just what we have after our installation. This is like a template. We have not done customization, and of course this is not beautiful enough, but of course we can access it through a domain name. Now if we want to add other functionality to this website, for instance, we want to add a registration page. For instance, we want to turn it to an e-commerce website where people can buy and sell. You know, buying and sell is another feature that we need to add to the website. So if we want to achieve that, we'll be needing plugin. For instance, we want to create a contact form. It is an additional feature. We are going to be needing plugin to do that. And as we progress in this course, we are going to be using series of plugins. But for now, just understand that a plugin had additional features and functionality to a WordPress website. And another thing we have to discuss is our theme. So what exactly is our theme? Our theme simply is also a piece of software that we need to install to determine the layout of our website. You can see this is the front end of our website and this is the dashboard. But for the front end, we cannot really say this website is structured. So we need to change this theme to change the look and the layout of the website. And don't forget, I said a plugin is a piece of software, and also a theme is also a piece of software. The whole idea behind WordPress is a content management system. It allows us to develop our website without writing code. Does it mean that WordPress does not need codes to run at all? Of course no. It simply means that some set of people have written the code for us, and now we can use the code. So plugin is a module on its own. It's a set of code that you can install. They've written the code for you. It's just for you to install it and make use of it without needing to write code. Theme is also a set of code that has been developed for you to use. Okay, so let us go to our dashboard. On our dashboard, if you want to install our plugin, you can see it right here. You can see plugin, and if you want to install theme, you come under appearance and you can see theme. As we progress in this course, I'm going to be explaining each of these items in the menu here, but for now we'll be dealing with plugin and appearance. But majorly we are going to be talking about theme, and as we progress we'll be using some plugins to add additional functionalities to our website. Now under this appearance, we have only theme and editor. So take note of that, because as we are going to install our theme, we are going to have other listed item under this appearance. Okay, so I'm going to click on theme because we want to install our theme. Don't forget that I said that your theme determines the look of your website. So on the front end right here, this is how this website is looking, but if you want to change the look, you change your theme. Okay, so now we want to install another theme. The theme that we are using right now is 2025. By default, you are going to have these 3 themes installed on your website. When you install your WordPress website, you are going to have default themes, and these are default themes. We're not the one that installed these themes, they were there by default. The active one is always the first one on the list, so you can see it right here, 2025, which is the active theme. Then 2024 is saying we should activate, and 2023 also, it's, you can see activate button also. So let me activate this 2023 and let us see what we are going to see in the front end. Now I'm switching from 2025 to 2023. So let me come to the front end. Now you can see how it looks, but if I refresh this page right now, you can see the look changes. Okay, it is still the same content that we are seeing, but of course the look has changed. So the look has changed, we call it layout. So the layout has actually changed here. Okay, so let us go for the theme we want to use. And maybe you may be asking, why are we not using this particular theme for what we want to do? The default theme are there in case the theme you are using failed. Okay, but also you can use this theme to do some things, but you install themes based on the type of website you want to develop. For instance, you want to develop a blog, there are themes for blog. You want to develop an e-commerce website, of course there are themes for that. You want to develop a membership website, there are themes for that. If you want to develop an enterprise website, there are also themes for that, and you can customize your theme to reflect what you want. So let us click on add theme, because I want to add another theme. Okay, now you can see this one is activated, it is already installed. If you want to search for our theme, you can see we have 7,516 themes available here, so you have enough numbers of themes to choose from. If you want to install your theme, you can come to this search bar and search for your theme. Now, like I told you, there are different types of websites. We have blog, we have e-commerce, we have enterprise websites, we have membership websites. So there are also themes that work best for those types of websites. So for instance, I want to create a blog. I can come to this search bar and type blog, then it will give me different themes that can work with blog. You should know what a blog is, and if you go online, visit different kinds of blogs, you will see similarity between those blogs. Okay, so you can see these themes, you can see the layout, they are layout of a blog, so you can see them, they are blog layouts. Let me give you this cheat code. If you want to search for themes to use on a blog, if you want to develop a blog, you can use keywords like news, you can use keywords like blog and magazine. You can see these themes, they are for blogging. And if I come here also and type magazine, okay, you can see the themes also, they have blog layout. And also if I come back to type news, okay, because a news website is also a blog. So if I come to news, there you can see the layout, they are blog layouts. You can choose any one you like and install. And note something, all themes don't have the same customization, but they have similar customization. But for you to understand customization very well, you need to understand anatomy of a web page, which I've treated in the previous class. So if you have not watched that video on introduction to website development, where I discussed anatomy of a web page, you can click on the playlist link and check that video so that you can understand terminologies that are used when you are customizing your theme. Okay, so let me just choose a theme here. Let me go for this brief news and install it. So I'm installing. All right, now you can see the button, it is saying activate, so I want to activate it. Now take note of this appearance here. You can see theme and editor. We have just those two items under appearance. So immediately I activate it. Let us see what we have again. So you can see immediately I activate the theme, we now have other items under appearance. We now have theme, pattern, customize, widget, menu, header, background, install plugin, theme files. Like I said earlier on, there are themes that require plugins when you want to install demo. They will recommend plugins for you to install. Okay, so let us go back to our website and refresh. You can see what we have now, but let us refresh this website. Alright, so you can see we still have the same content, but layout has changed. So your theme determines how your website will look. Now, looking at this website right now, we don't have anything on the website and it could be confusing, like where do we start from? So to put your content here, you need to customize this theme. But for us to understand it better, I'm going to install a demo website and I'm going to run over anatomy of a web page again. So let us go. You can see it right here. This theme recommends the following plugins. Okay, this video is not actually for plugins, but we just need to touch it, and just keep it in mind that plugin adds additional function or additional feature to your website. So this theme recommends the following plugins. Contact form is actually for you to create a contact form. Okay, so we have Jetpack, which is WP security. We have backup speed and growth, one-click demo import. Okay, so let us click on begin installing plugins. Okay, so I'm installing that. Now, if you don't want to install a demo content on your website, you don't need to install plugins, because you choose your plugin based on what you want to do. So for instance, you will not want to create a contact form, then you don't have business with contact form 7. Then for every plugin that you see, you have alternatives. So for the fact that we are installing contact form 7 here does not mean that is the only plugin that can do it. There are other plugins that are basically for creating form. So how do you get to know them? Just go online and search for plugins. So this is how you do it. If you want to do anything on your WordPress site and you are thinking of how to add a function to your website, all you have to do is just to go online and search what are the plugins that can do so thing. For instance, you want to be an e-commerce website, just go online and type WordPress plugins for e-commerce websites. Then you will see a list of them. Okay, so let's continue with our installation here. So I'm going to check all at the same time, and I'm going to click on this bulk action and click on install. Then I will apply. So I want to install all those plugins at once because they are recommended plugins for us to use with that theme, because we want to install a demo content. Now, like I said, if you don't want to import demo content, then you don't need these plugins. You only need plugin based on what you want to do on your website. And in this series, we are going to be making use of some plugins. Okay, it is showing an error that there has been a critical error on the website. Of course, whenever you see an error like this, just go to your email. That is why I said when you are installing your website, it is very much important that you use your correct email. But unfortunately, I used an email that is not correct. So I'm not going to see this error, but let us go back to our team and install the plugin one by one. So let us install this one-click demo import because we will be needing it. Okay, so we click on install now. All right, that has been installed. Now let us try to install others. We may not need this one because this one is for security and this one is for backup, and they are not necessary in creating our blog. Okay, this for backup if you want to back up your website, and this one if you want to secure your website. So they are not important now. Okay, so let us go ahead and import our demo content. Now we need to activate the plugins that we have installed. So we'll come under plugin and click on plugins. Okay, then we can check all at a time and click on activate, then click on apply to activate all. Okay, I'll make a separate video on how to manage your plugin, but for now let us focus on this theme. Okay, now we can go back on this one. I don't want to do any registration on Jetpack. So we have our plugins installed and we want to import our demo content now. So we come under appearance and click on import demo data. Okay, in case you don't know what we are doing by now, what we are trying to do is that we want to import a complete block that will have news, that will have content and image. I just want you to see the layout of this theme. Okay, so where do we see the demo? There are themes that you will just need to click on import demo, then it will import, and there are themes that will direct you to their website to go and download the theme for installation. So now you can see demo content file for brief news theme. Click here to download demo file. So I'm going to click here. Let me open in another tab because of course it is taking us to another website. All right, so I'm going to click on this download. Okay, so it has been downloaded here. Then I will go to my download folder and extract this file. Okay, so we have it here, brief news free demo data. So I'm going to extract it right here. Okay, so I have it here. I've extracted it. So if I double click on it to open it, you can see content, customizer, and widget. Okay, so we have these three files here. Let us go back to our website and import that demo data. Okay, so how do we do it? You can see content, widget, and customizer. Those are the three files that we have. Okay, so we are going to select file and import content. Okay, so you can see the content here and click on open. Then you are going to click on widget also. We have the widget here. Click on open, then click on customizer also. So I'm going to click on it and open. So we have these three files here. Then I'm going to click on continue and import. So the demo is importing now. All right, so you can see, congrats, your demo was imported successfully. You can now begin editing your site. Now let us go back to our front end and see the demo data that has been imported. Without much stress, you can see we have a complete block. We have a complete block. Now it is looking like magic the way we did it. Now I know you may be asking that, oh, we have this, but I'm not the owner of this content. How do I do it? One thing that we have achieved here is that without stress, we have been able to achieve the layout. Okay, so you can see there are featured news here, editor's choice. You can see banner in the middle. You can see other categories, top stories. You can see other categories of news here. Okay, so with time in this series we will be discussing taxonomy, which is category and tag. But for now, just try to understand what we need to do with our team. So everything you are seeing here, they are being categorized and they are in section. Now I promise to run over anatomy of a web page in case you have forgotten from the previous tutorial. So now what we have here is the navigation bar in the header section. Then we have our sidebar here. We have our sidebar to the right also. So each sidebar, whatever you are having on the sidebar, we call it widgets. I've explained this in the previous tutorial deeply. Okay, then our website is in section. Okay, so from here to here is a section. Then in this section we have how many columns? We have 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we have another section here. We have just 2 columns, which is 1, 2. Okay, so in the main body we have 3 columns, 1, 2, 3 columns. Then we have 1 sidebar. Okay, so I've discussed this earlier. Then this black part is called footer, and this is also part of the footer. We call this footer credit. Okay, so let us go now and do the main deal of this tutorial, which is to customize this theme. Now I imported this demo data so that as we are customizing, you can be seeing changes and you will understand it better. Now where do we change all these posts here? I will be doing that subsequently, but let us focus on customizing our WordPress theme now. Okay, under appearance we have theme, we have pattern, like I said, but our focus now is customize. So we are going to customize. I want to right click on it and open it in a new tab so that we can come back to this dashboard. Okay, so we have our customized environment loading. Good. You can see we still have our content. Now we have site identity, we have colors, we have header image, we have background image, we have menu, we have widget, we have home page setting, theme option, front page option, additional CSS. This theme option is how you can change the theme. Remember, I told you that theme customization are not same. If you install another theme, it may not be the same, but they will be similar. But you will understand it better if you understand anatomy of a web page, which I've treated earlier. Now, our site identity, when we were installing this website, there was a place where we put our site title. I told you that you can change it. So here you can change it. You can see my blog here. If I change it to my website, for instance, okay, then you can see it right here. It is changing. Now, another way of navigating, for instance, you are looking for a particular place on this page and you could not see it, you can see this pencil like icon. If you click on it, it will take you to where you can edit this particular place. Okay, and you can see primary menu, so you can change the menu. With time, we are still going to learn how to create menu. Okay, so just focus on how to customize your theme for now. Okay, so let us go back. We are in site identity, which we have done. Coming below it, we have site icon. What is our site icon? It is the small icon you are seeing here. You can see customize my blog. Come to the front end also, you can see this small icon that is here is what we call site icon. So if you visit most of the website, you will see the site icon there. Most of the time they use their logo for site icon, and it is also advisable that you use your logo for site icon. Okay, so let us go back. Let's go back. Then we have color here. So here you can change the color of your website. You can see header text color and you can see background color. And in some themes, you will see different things. You will see different colors that you can change. Different sections of your website that you can change the color. Okay, so let us come to background and click on it. And let me change it to purple. And you can see the background has changed to purple. Of course, you would not want to use purple background for this kind of website, so let me return it back to default. Then the header text color, if I change it to yellow, for instance, it will refresh the page. Okay, so you can see my website here has changed to yellow. Let me return it back to default and let me go back. So we have header image. If you want to change header image, that is why I said your knowledge of anatomy of a web page is very much important. So you should know what is header. Header is the top part of your website. Okay, so we have header image, we have background image. The background image is for the website, not the header. Okay, let me just add an image here. Let me select an image. Let me come to the library. I think I should have an image. Okay, so I have this image. Let me just add this image and choose image. Okay, so you can see now the background of the website now has image. Now let me publish. So let me come to the front end. You can see what we have, but let me refresh. So you can see the background image. Okay, but the background image is actually disturbing our text. So it is better when you are doing your customization, do your customization the best way that it will make your website beautiful. But in this tutorial, I'm just trying to show you where you can do your customization and what you can do with your customization. So I'm going to remove this image. So I will click on remove because it is making our website to look weird. So let me go back here. Then we have menu. If you want to work on your menu, you click on your menu. Then we have widgets. But these widgets that you are seeing here, they are different sections of your website. Okay, so you can see it sidebar. This place, let me refresh. Sorry, I've not published. Let me publish. After removing that image, I did not publish. Okay, so let me publish. I've done that. Then let me refresh. All right, so we don't have that image again. Now this is what we call sidebar. Okay, this widget by the side is the sidebar. Then the sidebar, you can see it right here. Okay, so in the sidebar you can place any widget. You can see what we have in the sidebar, so you can add. You can see this plus, we can add. But this tutorial is not focusing on widgets. we will talk about widgets in a separate video. Okay, I'm just showing you that your customization, you can touch every aspect of your website with customization. And the footer, you can see footer widget 1, footer widget 2, footer widget 3 and 4. So if I move to the footer, you can see, let me go to the front end, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have the footer with 4 columns. So each columns here we have widgets. This is a widget, this is a widget, this is a widget, and this is a widget. So you can see it right here, widgets 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, you need to understand that. Then we have home page setting. This is where you change your home page. You determine which page is going to be on your home page. Don't forget that the very first page that your visitors are going to see on your website is what is called home page. So for now, our blog page is our home page. Okay, so you can see it right here. We are still going to do that in our WordPress setting. We have the theme option. Now we have header option, typography, active layout, archive layout, excerpt, breadcrumb layout, post option, pagination, footer option. I think all these terminologies are not supposed to be strange to you because I've made mention of them in the introductory part of this course. Okay, so we have the header option. We click on it. You can see this subscribe button here is in the header part. For instance, you want to change it to your YouTube, you can type follow us, for instance, then that subscribe will change to follow us. You can see it, follow us. Then you can paste your YouTube link here or your Facebook link or any link you want to use. You can use it here. So if I go back now, you can change typography here. You can change font family for your site description, for your header, for your body. Okay, so all these fonts, if you don't like them, you can change the fonts. Now let me go back. We have archive layout. Okay, so you can see column 2 and you can see column 3. Okay, now you can see this place we have just 2 columns, 1 and 2. So if I come here and change it to column 3, then you can see what we have. We have 3 columns here. Okay, so that is how to customize your layout. Now the excerpt here is 20. What exactly is this excerpt? Now you can see here, this is what we mean by excerpt. The part of your post that is showing in the list of the post. Okay, so you can see this is the title. If I click on it, it will take me to the post page and leave this particular page. But of course you can see a part of the post. Okay, so this is what we call excerpt. Okay, so if you want to increase the number, you can increase it. If you want to remove it completely, you can set this to 0. Okay, so let us go back to breadcrumb. The breadcrumb is separated by slash. This is what we call breadcrumb. So if I click on this post right here, it will take me to the post where I can see the full content. Now this is what we call breadcrumb. You can see home/popular series, which is the title of the post. Now if I change my breadcrumb here, okay, if I change it to greater than, you will see something like that in your breadcrumb in some website. Okay, so if I change it to greater than and refresh here, you can see that arrow that is pointing to the title. Okay, so that is for breadcrumb. So this is breadcrumb and I've explained that in the previous class. Okay, so let me return it back to slash. All right, then let me go back to layout. Okay, so you can see global sidebar position, post sidebar position, page sidebar position, because post and page are not the same. Okay, so when I clicked here, you can see this is a post page. So in WordPress we have a page and we have a post page. Any article that you write on your blog is called post. Okay, now how do you want the layout to be? Of course, we have global sidebar position, which will span throughout the website. But what of the post? The post, the sidebar, how do you want it to be? By default, we are having right sidebar, but let me change it to no sidebar and let me click on publish. There are themes that will allow you to choose between right and left, and there are themes also that will give you sidebar on both sides. Okay, so let me refresh this post page and let us see. We have this sidebar already at the right hand side. Let us see what we have. Okay, so you can see the sidebar has left this page, okay, because we customized it that we don't want to have sidebar. So let me return this sidebar, the right sidebar, and publish. Then I'm going to refresh again. Then you can see our sidebar is back. So the idea is that anytime you customize your theme, just have understanding of the web page anatomy, so that each section on your web page you can know the name that they bear, because it is the name that they will be using in your customization tab. So let me go back and click on post options. So in the post option also, you can see hide date, it is turned off, hide author, hide category, hide tag, hide related posts also. Okay, so let us go to the front end. Now on this page, now you can see the main post. Here we have the date of the post, and we have by admin, and here also we have by admin, and we have the date that the post was created. Okay, now we have the date, the author of the post, and they are called post meta, meta. In other themes they may not use post option, they may use post meta. Okay, so we want to hide the date and we want to hide the author. So if I publish now, and let us go back to our front end and refresh, notice that we have author here, which is by admin, and we have date here. Okay, so let me refresh and see what happens. Okay, so you can see we don't have it again. We don't have the author and the date here again, and we don't have it here again, because in the customization tab we've hidden it. Okay, so let me turn it on again and publish. Then if I go back to the front end, of course I'm going to have it back. Okay, so I have it back. Now let me go back and click on pagination. What is pagination? For instance, you can see, let me go back to the home page. Okay, let me click on the category. Let me click on politics, for instance. Okay, pagination is not used here, but what exactly is pagination? Like if we have multiple posts here, we have up to like 50 posts under politics, you know, the 50 posts will not appear on this page. Only 10 or 15 may appear. Then under here you will see number 1, 2, 3, 4, that you should move to the next page, or you can see next and you can see previous. Okay, so that is what we call pagination. So what do you want to use? Do you want to use order, new, or you want to use numeric, which is 1, 2, 3? If you are using order, new, then the previous will be order and the next will be newer. Okay, so let's leave here. Okay, then the footer option also, you can see copyright, the year, and site link. You can see copyright 2025. Okay, so you can change that. Let us go back to the tab. So we have front page option. You can see flash news section. Each section of this theme you can change whatever you want to change there. Okay, so you can see flash news, speed controller, you can control the speed. You can see flash news here. This news that is moving is what we call flash news. So here you can control the speed. The original speed is 30 milliseconds, so you can increase it and you can decrease it. You see, select content type. The content type is post, not category, but you can change it to category if you want. Then select post 1, post 2, post 3, post 4, and post 5. So you can see how remote work is changing. So if I come to the front, you can see how remote work is changing. NBA play of 2025. So you can determine what comes here. So all items on your theme can be changed through customization. So that is that about flash section. Then the banner section, which is this one in the middle. This is a banner. Okay, so the banner section, I can decide to turn it off. Okay, if I turn it off and publish, what will I have? Let us refresh this page. So you can see what we have. That banner section is gone, and if I come back and turn it on, the banner section will be back. Then I can decide the type of content that will be in that banner section. So you can see post, select post 1, post 2, post 3, post 4, then editor's choice setting. Okay, which is, let me refresh. Okay, so we have editor's choice. I can determine what comes here. You can see this whole section is the banner section that we turned off, and the website started from this section. Okay, now we are done with all these items. Then additional CSS, this is for you. If you are a programmer, you know how to use CSS, then you can use CSS to do some customization on your website. But it is not necessary. If you don't know CSS at all, you can develop a website that is functioning and good with WordPress. And of course, apart from the fact that these contents that we have here are not our content, of course, this is a full functioning website already. All right, that will be that for this video. We've covered how to install your theme, how to search for your theme type that you want to use. If you want to use it for a blog, the terms that you can use to search. If you want to use it for an e-commerce website, the terminologies that you can use to search for e-commerce website theme. Alright, if you have watched this tutorial to this extent, I think I deserve a subscribe on this channel and turn on the notification bell so that you can receive notification for the next video I will be releasing on this channel. And I will see you in my next tutorial. Thank you for watching this tutorial.